What's going on, everybody? This is a live stream. How's it going, Mike? Gunner? Appreciate y'all stopping in. I thought before it got too dark or too late, because I was live at like 3 in the morning this morning, I would do another live stream. So I'm just getting the mower fired up in a new field right here. So I got to get all this pulled up, my iPad and whatnot. What y'all up to this evening? I'm good. Hey, Country Gal, how's it going? Hey, Ralph. Appreciate you stopping in, sir. So we're just getting started in another hayfield here. We've been cutting and tedding all day. Gotta get this camera where it's not so dark there. Oh, what the heck? Gotta be the lighting in here. Let's see here. That might help some. Sorry, guys. Worked better this morning. Steve, how's it going, sir? Yeah, it's not as good as having the phone. I can't really adjust the computer as well, but I can read the comments and all that stuff a lot easier on the computer. I don't think the sound is as good from the mobile live streaming, but I'll pull y'all out real quick where I got it. It's going like seatbelt in the buddy seat, but we're on. It's like a 13-acre field. It ain't nothing special. This field didn't really get a lot of work done to it. It's a lot of clover, and it's got some rye and fescue in it. We have been in the field pretty much since early yesterday evening. So, no, I don't want to cut your yard, Ralph. It's probably too small. Unless I can cut it with this tractor, I don't want to cut it. I pay somebody else to cut mine. Well, I had the farm man do it. Ted, how's it going, sir? I guess the sunlight's what makes this monitor not work as well for the camera, I guess I should say. So, sorry I'll have to look at the roof of the tractor, but yeah, man, 3 a.m. live. I thought maybe I could get some people across the pond with the 3 a.m. live, but no Aussies or anything like that joined in. I needed to get some content up. My phone got broke. If y'all know, I film everything with my personal cell phone. And if y'all watch any of my videos, you'll know I do put it in some pretty tricky places. But that's not what broke it. My attitude broke it. I got really pissed off about some stuff going on, and my dumb self threw it at the windshield of my tractor because it was in my hand. And it can stand up to the back of a manure spreader, a bucket on a tractor, all kinds of stuff. But it cannot hold up to me baseball pitching that thing against the windshield of my tractor. I took it to the store to see if they could fix it, and they tried, but unsuccessful. So I lost about a month's worth of filming that I had on there, and that's why I hadn't really been posting a lot. And then we just got slammed busy. Well, I already had a new phone coming, Ted, because I honestly thought I was going to break the old one, doing all the filming I do with it, putting it in the tricky places I do, and using it like a GoPro. And I had a new one. I just hadn't activated it yet. And so now it got activated. And I did go buy another backup that I'm just doing my filming with. I think the microphones and the cameras on the cell phones are probably just as good as any of these other cameras. The biggest thing is finding decent mounts for the cell phones but I've found a few that seem to work pretty well, so pretty happy with that. Oh, it's bouncing off. Stay here. Oh well, it's going to be what it is. I think the camera wants to work with me here. Clint, how's it going, man? Appreciate you stopping in. Yeah, I thought that was a pretty funny story about my phone. I really did. I thought I would break it, putting it in some weird place, but you know. Mike, did y'all get, if you're still on here, I don't know, did y'all get the garden planted? I'm watching you till it. I love, man, I've got a rotavator for the back of my tractor, and 6 foot. I love that thing. It works excellent. Clint, did you get all your jigs in? Y'all won't be long. You'll be cutting hay. Starting to get some warm days. That coastal will start growing well. Oh, sorry, guys. I'm getting a notification. Gerald Farms got a new video up. If y'all aren't subscribed to Gerald Farms, which I'm pretty sure just about everybody in here is, be sure to go over and check him out. Got a great channel. He came down to our farm and checked us out. We really enjoyed having him down. So we have not yet made a 100% decision on a baler yet, guys. I've still got the Friends baler. I plan to start baling with that this week. We have the Kloss guys coming out, I believe, Friday with a baler. It's really looking like we're leaning towards the Kloss baler. It's a 4x6 full silage baler. It's got a 14 or 17 knives in it. Endless belts, hydraulic drop floor, runs off your iPad. It's supposed to be pretty high tech, but it's a demo baler that's got about 50 bales run through it. And with that 50 bales run through it, they can really move on the numbers on that baler. And that's really the route we're looking. The Massey baler is in transit, I've been told. I've gotten finally some firm figures on what that baler is going to cost. That Massey baler is going to cost quite a penny more than what that Kloss will. And if that Kloss didn't have the 50 bales on it, it actually would be more than the Massey is. So it also has some incentives like $1,500 for the free net wrap coming with it and stuff like that. So that's what we wanted to put a few bales through it and make sure, but that's the route we're leading. Hey, Jackie, glad you could make it in. So they run a Kloss. Okay, Ted. Well, I'm hoping I'll have to drive. Their dealership's about an hour from the house down in Monroe, North Carolina, which is not that far. So I'm really looking forward to them bringing it out on Friday and seeing how it's going to do. It's going to be too much baler for this tractor, having the silage knives and all that in it. I'll be running it without knives until I get a bigger tractor. But I do know we'll be upgrading tractors eventually. And I'm sure this it recommends 110 PTO horsepower. I think this tractor's at like 95, 97, something like that. What tractor data shows they dynoed them at. I'm sure that if I really wanted to put up silage with it, which I don't plan to, I don't have a wrapper, or at least for another year or two, I could gear down and go slower. And, you know, a lot of people don't realize the way my fields are, they're so hilly and terraced. We can't run 11, 12 miles an hour through a field baling hay anyway. So the biggest reason I'm looking at buying one of these bigger, heavier duty balers, I don't think I'll ever wear it out baling dry hay. I think it'll last a long time. Dave, buddy, how's it going? Glad you could stop in. I've been missing seeing you, sir. I hope your trip was well. So, Farmall, how's it going? Glad you could stop in. We're just riding around cutting some field. It's about a 13-acre patch. I'll pull y'all back out again. We're starting our evening cut, so we'll probably cut, I don't know, late into the night. This is one not too far from the farm as well. It's actually probably less than a half a mile, but it's got, like I say, just a ton of clover in it. This will be for our cows, not for the horses. Everything we cut yesterday was horse hay, and we got our disc mower back there, chips and accessories, got all our iPad mounts and all that kind of stuff. A lot of people wonder what I do when I'm cutting hay all night. I watch YouTube videos. So, come on, screen. Pick up the light. No, that didn't help. Well, for some reason now I'm in the dark. There it goes. That's the difference in having to do this thing off a computer. I can't really turn y'all around or show y'all much more than what I'm showing. But I enjoy the chat. So, Eric, appreciate you stopping in, buddy. How's it going? And I'm really looking forward to seeing that new deer baler getting put in the field. That thing is pretty kick-ass, if I say so myself. What tractor are you going to pull that deer baler with? I don't know which deer you were going to use to pull it, or if you use that case, or I don't even know. Do you still have that case Magnum? So when I'm looking over, I'm still got the old iPad here, so I can read all my comments. Now, one thing about these disc mowers, they put up so much wind speed. If you get into short hay, the tarp a lot of time will push the hay over and make it miss. We take and zip tie our tarp up, and it makes it cut a lot better. But if you've got any kind of fields that's got rocks or anything like that, it can get dangerous, that's for sure. On the fields we cut yesterday, Clint, I'm hoping for 7 round bale. I'm hoping for 7 tons to the acre. I'll be happy with 5, but I really think it's going to be somewhere between 6 and 7 tons. Damn right, Eric. You can come down here and bale some hay for us. I just don't have a tractor big enough to pull a large square baler. One of these days. Okay. Another new tractor. That'll be cool, sir. I look forward to seeing the videos on that. Oh, Miss Spot's trying to read comments. Yeah, I talked to Gerald Farms earlier. They got their first cut started underway today. And I got my notification just a second ago. You had a video come up. In fact, Jackie, right before you came on there, you got a little shout out saying that I just got your notifications there. But, I hope everybody's doing well on this beautiful evening. I am very, very glad that at least here in South Carolina, we're getting a little bit of break in the rain. We had a lot of rain over the weekend. In fact, at the home farm, we got probably about 3 inches of rain. But luckily, all the fields we've been cutting have dried out enough to get in them. And I'm really happy about that. So, hey, Scott, how's it going? Read the comments on the straightaways. My fields don't have any straightaways. Might dry out by Saturday. You know, I'm very fortunate on this ground that we have here. In the area that I'm in, we have a good mix of clay and loam. So once summertime gets here, even when we get torrential rains or flooding, it dries out really, really quickly. Um, so I cut a couple of bottoms last night, some river bottoms, and they only had just a couple little puddles in them. And when I tedded them out today, they were just about dried out. So I'm just really tickled to be in the field. Like I said, we've got about 10 days of good weather. And my goal is, since I'm doing it all myself, is just to average about 50 acres a day. And that's going to be round baling everything. And then we got to get all those round bales took down to the rebaler and see about getting some square bales made. We can't keep hay in stock right now. As soon as the hay we cut 2 weeks ago is gone, we don't have a lick of it left, and that's a good problem to have if you're in the hay business. Dan Rolfe, I've heard that name before there, Eric. If you're happy with 25, might have missed something there somewhere. I think we're going to flip on some lights out here. It's starting to get dark on us. Ted, how's your steering wheel? I know you got the tank off and everything, but you had cut that steering wheel off. Did you ever get the rest of the steering wheel off that tractor when you were working on that? Hey, Monty, how's it going, man? Appreciate you stopping in. Scott, I'm down in York, South Carolina. Is where I'm at. The biggest city near me is going to be called Rock Hill. It's not too far away at all. So I'm kind of a country. I live in the country, but the city is really, really close. I could be in Charlotte, North Carolina in 19, 20 minutes, something like that. It does not take long at all. I wish this camera would focus a little better here in dark. If I did some timing, I cut an acre of ground every 10 minutes. It's about what we're running right now with this tractor and cutter. And I felt that was a pretty decent time doing that. Well, that was a big red anthill. Slowed the tractor down. That's one thing we've got. I don't know about you guys, but we've got fire ants like crazy. And they make some big, huge red mounds all through your fields. I've raked fire ant hills up into hay bales before, and they'll build a nest in there, and then somebody goes to open it and gets tore up. And there's not much you can do about it. You can treat, but it's so expensive to treat the number of acres we run for something like fire ants. Y'all got them too, Scott? Yeah. I've heard that name before, Eric. It really sounds familiar. Almost like somebody I bought some hay from before. I'm going to make sure I don't run off course here. First, auto steer in the hayfield would be cool, but I don't think I've ever seen anybody with auto steer in the hayfield. Cold and wet ants. Yeah, that's funny as hell. Ted, has the grass even started greening up good yet over there? This field's got so many darn little turns and power poles in it. I really do have to watch. So if there's dead air, I'm sorry for it. Like I say, I enjoy doing the lives. I'm ready to get the mobile live stream back. We are close. I plan to do 1,000 subscriber giveaway. I'm wanting to do more than just give a shirt and a hat, something like that. Trying to figure out what would be something good. Most all my, I think everybody that watches me is in the farming community, and I'd like to give something farming related away. Maybe you guys could help me with some ideas. Um, what we can do for a 1,000 subscriber giveaway on the channel here. Maybe help bump me up. We're really close to 800, so it won't be long. The tractor. I can be in Greensboro an hour and a half, Eric. Give Gerald Farms. No, it doesn't have to enter for a drawing. Everybody wants a loader tractor. It'd be hard to ship a hay bale. I was thinking like a lock and loop tip, or I don't know, some kind of little tool, something that you can ship with a shirt and a hat. Maybe a cool light or something like that. I'd love to have money like to give a drone away or something, or a camera. But I don't even have my own drone or camera, so I'd probably have to rig that to give it to myself. Or like, oh, I'm the winner. Yep, send the broken phone. Hey, it's got gold in it. It's worth money. I'm not sure how much gold anymore, but it used to be cell phones had a good amount of gold in them and were worth money. Trying to turn on some lights here. It's starting to get dark. I don't know if that overhead light helps much or not, but I'll try to put it up. Well, I think it was better when the camera was leaning. That's better. That's really cool. Eric, he just came recently, and like him and his wife were out traveling and stopped in to see the farm. I think that's pretty neat there. I don't mind stuff like that. We're kind of a commercial operation, especially with our hay sales and beef sales. So we have a lot of visitors and guests anyways. I'm always happy to meet people. I don't want to get robbed blind by any means. And there's always those evil people out there that will do that. But I always welcome people to the farm. There's so many that don't get to see things that we have or be in places like we do. And I think it's great to share the lifestyle and get other people involved. That's for sure. I do have the AC on. Loader for your 1086. That would be a big tractor to have a loader on. It would. I bet it would be nice to have a loader on it though. When I was looking at the bigger M7 and stuff like that, I would want a loader on it, but that tractor is almost too big in my opinion. I think for a loader, like working in a barn or something, I think it would be fine in the field for moving bales. But that's a big frame tractor to have a loader on, or something like a 7 Series John Deere. That's a lot of tractor. A 6 Series would be fine with it, I think, but not a 7 Series. Nice John Deere sweater. It might be a Kloss hat. I guess it's LaRue. If I pronounced it wrong, I'm sorry. That's one downside. How are you? Appreciate you stopping in. We are, I know the picture's a little bit dark, but we're riding around in the tractor cutting hay and just chatting. So welcome to join us in, chat, talking about whatever you like. Ask away with any questions. I'm happy to answer anything you want to know. We're probably about a third of the way done now with this 13-acre field. I'm cutting at about 6 miles an hour. This field here is actually smooth enough. I can run 8, 9 miles an hour on it. But with me trying to do the live stream, I'm having a fun enough time keeping up with all the comments and everything. Now, Eric, when we all start chopping barley, Ralph, I don't know if Ralph's still on here or not, but I was wondering if he ever got his new truck yet or if he was still in a loaner truck. There we go. Bump up the speed a little bit here. I'll pull y'all out again. We're running about, see if y'all can see, we're running about 7.5 miles an hour. It says 7.7 there. And so what I'm doing now, I've made my edge rounds around the field, and I'll just cut a straight line right down through the middle, and I'll work this straight line back and forth until I get the rest of the field cut. So I hope the picture's halfway decent here. Yeah, it looks pretty good. But I'll run this, like I say, just back and forth until I work my way out to the edges of it. And it seems to be quicker running straight lines than making a ton of turns, that's for sure. Just run right back here. Once you get it opened up, you can make your turn. Now we're running on our non-cut or our cut hay here, so that way we're not running over the tall stuff. Good thing with the disc mower, it'll pick up that we ran over, no problem. There's my favorite. Uh-oh, I think that y'all turned very well. My favorite thing there is power pole. So. But we're just rolling right along. Like I say, it's a pretty decent sized field. It's nice and flat. Luckily, it's one that does not have any terraces in it or anything. And luckily, this tractor's got really good lighting for mowing at night. It lights it up all the way around. So, I get to the end of this row, I'm going to sit y'all back down in the seat, and I'll catch up on some comments real quick. The computer's significantly heavier than holding a phone while doing this, guys, just so you know, if you want to try it. All right, let me sit the computer back down here now. Probably going to show up dark for a second, but I'll see if we can get it lit up right. Pick up some light. Yeah, every field I've got's got some kind of obstacle jacking. That's for sure. Power poles, trees, terraces. Yes, sir. I was doing our cut this. I started cutting late last night. Cut till about 7 this morning. Then started tedding everything we had cut. And then had to do some service on some equipment, deliver some hay. And now we're back at it. So I actually took a break from cutting through the day. And I do, like I say, the majority of my hay cutting is done at night. It starts after dinner. And I'll cut till I'm done. Tonight we've got 3 different fields that we're going to do, and they are both actually about 8-10 miles from the house, something like that. And I'm going to road the tractor there, so that'll take me a little bit of time, along with just getting the hay done. So we'll probably cut till, I don't know, Last night I cut from 1 a.m. until 6:30 in the morning. Tonight I don't plan to cut past about 3 a.m. and quit. And then tomorrow we'll start on a 100-acre piece of property. It's just one solid property, pretty nice place. So it'd be nice to get on a big field. I just kind of do them in order. I can't bounce around. We've got a little schedule. We go in and just try to get them done. Three weeks for the heat. Okay. That barley is looking really good. Hey, yeah, guys, I appreciate that, Scott. Yeah, if y'all don't mind, hit the thumbs up. Maybe YouTube will help share this thing a little bit and get some more people in here. I don't have anything but time, and I like to chat and enjoy the company. Riding along, you get kind of bored sitting in this tractor all day. I used to be a truck driver like Ralph, and same thing. You're alone all day in the cab of a machine, a truck, a tractor. Luckily, with what I do now, I get all the interaction of dealing with the customers that buy the hay we produce or buy the beef we produce. So that really that helps things a lot. But like I said, that's what I enjoy doing, the live streams. I'm really tickled that this is actually working out with the hotspot on the phone to make the Wi-Fi work. I'm pretty tickled about that. Glenn, thanks for stopping in, man. You've got to wait. I thought you said you got to go. Never mind. Okay. No hay ready yet. Well, that's what that coastal. But once y'all's comes in, man, y'all can keep cutting and cutting and cutting as long as you keep the nitrogen to it. The heat's good. I'm gonna have to get down there maybe over the summer while if we go through a good hot spell. We won't cut any hay around August. We won't cut much hay. I might have to come down and check out some of these coastal Bermuda operations and see how their stuff goes compared to our fescue and orchard grass operations. I do know this: when dealing with it, we've rebaled both. The coastal definitely rebales a lot easier than the fescue does, especially when you get into that long stem stuff. But so far, so good. Yeah, I want to see y'all set up I want to see that bear or the bandit in operation. I've watched plenty of videos, but I've never seen one in operation, and I think they'll be. I think they'd be a better suit for what I'm wanting to do than the Baron, especially cost wise. But you never know what's in store. Man, there are some hills out here. Talk about putting a hurting on some disc mower blades. That's the only thing about the triple blades on this mower is you got one extra blade you got to buy when you replace blades. Usually I'll go through, when I flip my blades, in a season I'll go through somewhere around 6 sets of blades with all the grass I cut. So that's what your dad was saying, Clint. Good old Smokey and the Bandit. That is a good movie, Ted. I love some Smokey and the Bandit. I miss seeing that. And, Dukes of Hazzard. You don't get to watch Dukes of Hazzard on TV anymore. I've got some of it on Amazon where I bought it off of Amazon Prime. It's a shame you have to do that, but it's a different world we live in today, unfortunately. I say unfortunately, It's however you want to take it. I just think people are trying to erase history, and you can't erase history. You have to remember history so you don't repeat it. And taking away statues, flags, whatever else you want to do ain't gonna change nothing. And anywho, I won't get on my political rants there. You just, Scott, it is. It's silly to, if you try to erase history, you're doomed to repeat it. And that's what these people that think socialism is a good thing, I don't know. They need to retake history lessons, because no part of socialism is ever a good thing. You can't take from the rich. It's not Robin Hood. But I try to live my life and do the best I can by the Lord. Keep on trucking, and so far I've been blessed. And can't complain there. You know what? The hayfield that I'm going to cut next, it's a pretty much pure orchard grass field. Hold on, guys. I might take a phone call. No, I ain't gonna take a phone call. He can wait. I'm getting all kind of texts and phone calls. That's why I mow hay at night too, because my phone doesn't blow up like it does during the day. But I don't even remember what I was talking about now. I got a phone call. I wish I could run one set of blades all year, Clint. My property just won't take it. We got too much rocks and dirt hills and everything else. Socialism is BS. Scott, well, I had quit smoking for 4 months. I was doing really good, and I guess I let some stress get a hold of me, and I picked up a pack of cigarettes. And so now, about the past 3 weeks, I've been smoking again, and it's wrong. I've got to quit again. That's what I don't know. I'm sure some people. I've been giving out $5 super chats in place of buying cigarettes. And since I'm smoking, I'm not giving out the $5 super chats. So I've got to get back on my quit wagon. And I shouldn't have let the little bumps in the road deter what I was doing. But I felt like the stress was going to kill me before the smoking. And such is life. It is what it is, I guess. Sorry, guys. I know y'all probably don't enjoy me drinking and all that kind of stuff, but I was on the open cab tractor doing all my tedding, and I will say this: the pollen is well in the fescue right now. Everything's seeding out. It was dusty as all get out, that's for sure. Hey, Bargain Beauty, appreciate you stopping by. Great, Ted. That is awesome, sir. I hope you can keep it up, man. I'll say this. The 4 months that I was quit, I did it cold turkey. I constantly thought about it, and I don't know why. And I wish that thought that it wasn't the nicotine; it was just the habit. Everything I do, I smoke. So keep it up, and I really, man, I'll keep getting my thoughts on that. I'm sure your hardest times when you have one of those nice ice cold frosty beverages after that or after dinner. But it is smoking is. Smoking's one of those things. It is ridiculously hard to quit, especially if you've done it your whole life. And I'm one of those guilty of doing it my whole life. But I wish I could turn the camera around so y'all could ride around. I'm gonna try to figure something out. Like I say, I've got it sitting on y'all are sitting on the buddy seat, actually buckled in with the seat belt. But I'm gonna try to figure out something maybe a little taller, so I can prop the camera up a little bit, so I can turn it around, so y'all don't have to look at me in the tractor ceiling the whole time. That light's probably annoying, but like I say, for right now, I'm just happy to be live streaming again. Yep, y'all are all buckled in. It's funny how it works out, though. It seems to do pretty well sitting on the pillow like that. It's not bouncing around or a rough ride at all. So I'm really tickled with how it's working out. We are getting close to being done with this field. I'm making my backwards round now, going along this fence. It's one I kind of have to pay attention to as well, just because I don't want to take out these landowners' fence. They would probably not be happy. They'll turn their horses out on this pasture in the wintertime. I am getting all this grass off mainly. It's really not enough to be worth cutting, in my opinion, but I have to bush hog it if I don't mow it. So I might as well mow it and bale it up. And then this field here, it'll have good common Bermuda and crabgrass come in, and it'll produce really, really nice second and third cut. The crabgrass does unbelievable on this field here. So we'll be, like I say, getting this cleaned off and then get some fertilizer and a little bit of spray on it. And by midsummer, this is one we'll be cutting it. Where we can't cut our fescue fields in August are ones that have the crabgrass or the Bermuda on them. We can cut in the heat and it doesn't hurt a thing. So we'll also have some millet that we plan to be cutting this summer. We're probably going to put in around 120 acres of brown top millet. We're actually fixing to start planting that soon. We got to do some burn down on those lands. They had oats ground, and we'll go in and burn it down. And then I'm going to do it against what all my neighbors want me to do if I can find the time. And I'm going to disc the land and disc some more litter into it. And then go from there and plant the brown top millet. I think it'll do a lot better. Last year we had a problem with army worms getting in our millet, but this year we plan to combat those as well. So, hey Mickey, how's it going? Let's see here. I'll catch up. USB webcam. Hey, that might be an option there, Steve. I'll have to look. That's what I was thinking, Ted. I was thinking like one of those tables like the sheriffs have that hold their computer up. If I could like clamp it to one of the bars in the tractor. But the USB cam might actually be a good idea. They're relatively inexpensive as well. And you can move it around or suction cup it. I'm trying, Scott. I'm trying to. Maybe we are out. I know it's dark in here on the picture. I'm out cutting a hayfield. Just doing a little live stream, enjoying chatting with everybody. Been in or on a tractor all day. That's pretty much my life right now. My poor horses suffer because of it. I don't get to ride much. I actually was invited to go on a horseback ride this weekend coming up, and we hope to be taking maybe delivery of a new hay baler instead of riding a horse. But maybe we'll get like an early morning ride in one day, because I am sure missing riding horseback. That is for sure. That is for sure. I think so, Scott. This here will probably put something like, I don't know, at best a ton to the acre. Um, but it's still better than a snowball, as I like to say. When it comes, that's what it's got good clover in it for the cows, and so when it comes to that, I would much rather pull it off, rake the field clean, and then get a fresh start for that Bermuda and crabgrass. Get this clover off of here. Um, we just kind of broadcast clover seed a couple of years ago on it, and it has took over this field in the spring and winter times. Um, the people, it's good for the people's horses. They get a good amount of protein from that clover, and I did it for nitrogen purposes to put some natural nitrogen back in the ground. Catch up here. Green baler. Well, Monty, it will be green, kind of. I guess gloss green, not John Deere green though. And I guess I'd say it right. It's Gloss America. Um, the dealer that I'm getting from, the area that they're in of North Carolina, that's a big farming area. So they're more of a combine dealer and the large Gloss Lexion stuff. They got MacDon heads and just all kinds of stuff. But they seem to know their stuff and keep parts and everything in stock for all their equipment. And I know if they can service combines, they can really take care of a hay baler, not near the moving parts. And from watching Bagwell Farms for the past few years, I know he's had really good luck out of his. He likes his Gloss a lot better than he does his Vermeer. I was very fortunate and able to talk with him privately about the Massey and the Gloss, and he felt I couldn't go wrong with either one. And for the money, it's just looking like that's why we're going to be going that green and gray. And I even think it's got orange wheels on it that might match the Kubota. So get a little bit of everything. B&O, how's it going, man? Appreciate you stopping in. I am looking forward to seeing it in action myself. Like I say, they're supposed to be bringing it out. Make sure I like it on Friday. It's a 4x6 baler. The only thing, it's going to be like that John Deere. It's not going to fit in my equipment barn. So I'll either make a spot for it in the hay barn or build its own little shed, or it'll fit in my cow barn. And I thought about putting it in there, but I just don't want the cows rubbing all up against the brand new baler. One thing that I do know that I like about the Class better than the Class baler better than the Massey, it will do string and net just like the Kubota would. And that's one thing I really wanted the option to do, is where the Massey is net wrap only. But I'm just looking forward to getting all this behind me from dealing with bad equipment dealers and all that to just get something that works in the field, and having a new baler. I should have been baling with a new one already, but I'm really looking forward to it. Preston, thanks for stopping in, man. Yeah, I'm getting it done. Trying to lay it down. We probably got another 10 to 15 minutes left on this field. I don't know how much longer I'll keep the live going. I'll keep going as long as everybody wants me to. I just don't want to bore anybody to death. Uh, Riding around looking at the same thing. So I'll pick y'all up in a second. Y'all can see how dark it's gotten outside now. Let's see here. I can flip this thing around some. Alright. So turn it all around here. So it is it's pretty dark out. The sun is completely down by now. But I really do. I think it's a lot more peaceful at night doing my cutting. I don't get bothered as much. The bugs aren't as bad. You can open the windows on the tractor. Equipment runs cooler. A lot of people don't know this, but with my horse hay, and one reason we do so well with it is sugars in grasses fluctuate at different times of the day. So at dark, you have dark daylight. You got what photosynthesis occurs, to where the plant absorbs nutrient from the sunlight, and then it builds sugar during the day. So the later in the day that you cut your hay, the higher the sugar content. Once it starts getting dark, the hay starts to breathe out, or the grass, and we're talking about the standing live plant, but it starts to breathe and it exfoliates those sugars. So we cut our horse hay at night. A lot of people don't realize sugar and horses is a real bad thing. Palatability wise, the hay tastes just as good. They can't tell that it doesn't have as much sugar in it. But you'll never have a problem with founder or colic or any of that stuff, the high nitrates, if you do your cutting early morning or late at night after dark. And that's what we try to do. We that's another reason for cutting at night, is for where the sugars are in the grasses. A lot of farmers I know they start usually about lunchtime cutting, and they'll cut all afternoon until dinner time. And that's when the sugar is the highest in the grass. And for cows, it's not really a problem. But we have horses that have metabolic issues, as you would call it. It's diabetes for a horse, essentially. And those metabolic horses can't have those high sugars. They don't get high sugar grain or anything like that. And so that really it makes a big difference in the time of day that you're cutting your grass hay. We don't do any alfalfa or any timothy, anything like that. So, most of our stuff's pretty durable grasses. The dews don't really hurt them. I get out there the next day and ted, usually within, as soon as the dew's drying off, about lunchtime, we'll start tedding the hay that we've cut the night before, get it flipped over, scattered out, and then usually give it a couple of days, depending on the heat outside, a couple of 2 or 3 days to dry, and get it up. Yeah, okay, how's it going, man? Dr. Brian, that's right. I will, you can learn a lot from this old fella here. I will definitely give all the kind of info I can for anybody that wants to learn about animals and how to care for them inexpensively, where you don't have vet bills. I love my vets, but they get expensive coming out and doing house calls and all that kind of stuff, that's for sure. Let me catch up. I'm just jabbering on there. It's a hay bale. Yeah, Clint. Now, I expect that, but that's where I asked the boss guy. turn this light back on so y'all can see me a little bit. You know, the Kloss guy said if they've ever ordered a part for the baler within the past 2 years or for one of their pieces of equipment, that they instantly, if they order one, they order two. So that way they stock it on the shelves. And I swear the Kubota dealer said that he didn't keep one single sensor, potentiometer, belt, nothing on the shelf. He said, oh, that's too much money to keep inventory like that. But those are the kind of things that are going to go wrong on these balers is electronics and a couple of bearings here and there. But yeah, you're definitely going to work on any baler. But I'm hoping not within at least the first 5,000-6,000 bales to have to do anything to it. So. I got a long ways to catch back up here. I've never seen one of their hats, Ted. I'll have to take a look at one. I've never seen any of their clothing stuff. Yep, DLK, insulin resistance. That's what metabolic course is. They're just like a diabetic. Can't cut with a hay vine with dew on. Okay. I just had a friend who cut some alfalfa local. He bought a hay vine because his disc vine is a little too rough on it. It doesn't do as well, I guess, as the hay vine, a little gentler. And so that is, I guess, something that you'd have to consider is time of days you're able to cut with a hay vine, things like that. Brian, good to have you on, man. How's it going, buddy? We are cutting hay. Yeah, Captain Hay, that's for sure. Well, now, that's what you could say I Ted right behind the mower. Tedder my hay right behind the mower. Because I mow it at night, and then I go out just as soon as the dew off the next morning and tedder it. So that way I get it scattered out good, which with the disc mower, it scatters it pretty well anyways. It's not putting it in a windrow like a disc vine or a hay vine. So. That's right. DLK, if you want lawsuits on your hands, don't educate yourself on hay if you're selling to horse people. I can tell you, we have learned our fair share and picked up our fair share in past years of hay that people didn't want. Clint, I'm hoping I kept my Vermeer that caught fire, and I can put it in the field right now, but I'm wanting to rebuild it so that way I'll have it as a good backup. Or if I've got a lot of hay down, I can put 2 balers in the field, and that's what I'm really wanting to do. Yeah, I'm closer to the stem. The only downside about cutting so close, which with my disc mower, I don't have like rock sliders or anything. I cut it about 3 inches. I would really rather cut it about 4 inches just to shade those roots and keep the weeds choked out better. But my disc mower, the closer you get her to the ground, the cleaner she shaves. That's for sure. It's probably the same thing. Brian, what are you cutting with? Are you using a like a swather or just a disc vine or what? That's right, Nia. Okay. That is for sure. I think DLK, correct me, your name's Dave, right? I like to try to remember everybody's names. I hope they don't mind being called by their name. Monty, thanks for stopping in, man. I appreciate it. Glad you can make the live. I'll try not to do too many more 3 a.m. live streams. I didn't get until I get some fans from Australia. There's not really any need. Come on, you stupid thing. Yeah, Dave, you know, there is a market for every bale of hay, and you got to know where that's at. Um, I'm very fortunate in my area. We're in a large area that is surrounded with horse people. If I lived 30 miles different from where I was, I wouldn't sell the volume of hay I do. But because I'm so located centrally to Charlotte and to the big cities there, and they've got all those important stables, we're very fortunate. I have a tougher time getting rid of the lesser quality hay, even at dirt cheap prices, than I do getting rid of the good quality hay. Um, I've got some round bales that's unfortunately been sitting in the yard for about 2 years, and I really need a ditch bank to dump them in or a gully. And I thought about just putting them on there, like online for free, because they are worth something to somebody if they've got some holes they're trying to fill in or water they're trying to stop. Me, I just need them out of the yard. And at this point, I'm not even going to feed them to the cows. We've got plenty of hay for our cattle. It's in the barn and good hay. And, I know there might be a drought, and then I'll be wishing I would have kept it, not thrown it off in a gully. But a lot of it's still feedable hay. Just the outsides of the bales have rotted down, and it just doesn't look as pretty until you get that stuff knocked off of it. Center pivot, 13 foot. That's nice. I'd like a center pivot one of these days when I get to be a real farmer. I'd really like a swather. They've got one down at the Massey dealer. They've got one of those Hestons with a 15-foot head, the razor bar head. I really think I could get some hay laid down with that thing, but I don't think roading it around all my fields would be very fun. All the people already about to take me out going down the road in my tractor. I advertised it. I've got 60 rolls of straw that are in round rolls, and I know I contacted Dennis because he's got DLH Farms up Virginia. He's got a blower that can blow round bales, and I couldn't find anybody that wanted those round bales of straw. And they were doing that. They're doing that big job with their work. And I contacted, man, if you need any straw, let me know. I'll truck it up there to you. And he said, I wished I would have known 2 weeks ago because we were having trouble finding some. And we just located some. But I would have about gave it away to him. Just paid my trucking for that, being able to meet him. DLH Farms is one of the reasons that I started a YouTube channel. He was the first hay farmer that I ever started watching. And I created my YouTube account so I could comment on his videos. I watched Dennis's videos for probably, him and Bagwell, for probably a year or two before I ever even commented and made a YouTube account. I had to keep hearing that get subscribed, it's free, that kind of stuff, like I say on the end of all my videos. And I finally made that YouTube account, and I really enjoy it. My grandparents lived in Martinsville, not far from where he's at there in Meadows and Dan, Virginia. And I've been all up around that area, the mountains there, beautiful area. And I'd love to really meet him. I say love. I'd like to really meet him. I think he'd be a really cool guy to meet. I think he is an extremely hard worker, more so than even myself, with everything he's got going on. But if y'all don't know DLH Farms, go over and check out that channel. He's been around for a while. I think he's over 10, 12,000 subscribers now. His channel really blew up this past year. But Dennis he does have a really good channel. I saw one lonely farmer's not going to plant his corn. He's sending it all back. Not going to have time. Heck, I don't think he's going to get half of what he wants done, Nate. I wish him the best of luck. And everybody's got to dream big, but sometimes the road to hell's paved with big intent. And I don't know. That straw job sounds so promising, I'm sure, but I also know our weather and the areas he's going and how they have afternoon thunderstorms every day. And good luck just bailing straight behind the combine, no Ted, no raking, no nothing. I wonder, I'm sure if that straw gets torrentially rained on, you have to at least re-rake it back out to keep it from just being a total mud hole. But, like I say, I wish him all the luck. Well, heck, he bought that corn planter to rebuild it and all this stuff, and killed off all that ground. Seems like a lot of money involved to not go ahead and plant the ground. I mean, I don't think it would take with a 12-row planter. It couldn't take more than a day and a half to plant that corn. I understand their weather's not the best, but surely between all the kids and nephews and parents he's got around, somebody can get that stuff in the ground for him. I think also sometimes you just got to put it in the ground. Sometimes the weather always don't do what you want to do, and you end up just putting it in the ground, and stuff works out pretty well for you. But they're going to take all that straw to a mushroom farm. If you watch that, the guy that's hauling his equipment down here, it's ISX Cummins 565. In fact, he did a video today. They're looking for truck drivers to haul that straw back from North Carolina and South Carolina back to Pennsylvania to those mushroom barns for the composters. I would think that would just be crazy to truck all that straw that way. But so that ISX Cummins 565, he is hauling Wes's equipment down here and then picking up straw while he's down and toting it right back. So it's actually working out good for him, and he's got a pretty cool little channel. So that's it. I mean, he has to be realistic, and that's the only thing that I can say. Goals and everything are great, but you have to be realistic in what you can actually do in a day and the number of people. That's what I wish I could cut 100 acres a day, but realistically, I'm one guy. I know that 50 is about my limit that I can successfully get up and not have to worry about or anything like that. So, hey Jay, how's it going, man? Glad you could make it. I'll read some of these comments real quick. Nobody wants to pay for good hay in Ohio or good gas, either one. I can understand. Well, supposedly his nephew was going to tend the corn, or it's only 4 hours or 6 hours away. He would just drive back up and tend it. Like I say, I don't know what he was thinking, that he's going to run 2 balers baling straw in North Carolina and then cut hay in Pennsylvania on 3,000 acres and bale that with another baler and do corn. I mean, that's a lot. I know just me cutting hay, it's a lot to do. Yeah, that's correct, Brian. So he didn't want anybody to tell where his location is in North Carolina, but he's going to be down past Wilmington area, right near the Outer Banks down there. A bunch of coastal waterways that they farm. I've got the areas wrote down. Also, he thought he was going to do this big filming thing down there, and I'm pretty sure they shut him down on that and said they're not going to allow him to film on any of the farms that he's doing. So now he was planning to like make some movies from. I watch the Ag Talk and the Raw as well. I enjoy that on like Sunday mornings, and from what he was saying that they'll. Sorry guys, I'm finishing up this field. I got like 2 strips left, and we're gonna be done here. But I don't know. That's a lot to be trying to do, especially being so far away. Ted, I have the same guy that's been working for me now for about 6 months. I use high school kids for just doing my deliveries and stuff of the hay bales and maintenance around the farm there in the yard, cutting the grass, cleaning horse stalls. And when he needs extra help, he's got friends that he can bring in. It works out really well. I'm fortunate. I see so many people on Facebook sites complain about not being able to find help to get hay up or to haul hay or move hay. And all my time in business, all right, we're done. We're going to fold up the mower here now. All my time in business, I have never had any problems with finding help. Knock on wood. So that's always a positive. But as far as field work, I am trying to do everything myself. I know I'm not going to be able to. I'll have to call in some reinforcements here and there, just because I will get exhausted. I'll have to get somebody to help Ted hay, or certain days get somebody to help rake. I've got a good friend and old partner that he comes out and helps me when his back's not bothering him too bad and stuff like that. So that's always nice. But for the most part, I am going to try to do everything myself this year. And the biggest problem I'm having is getting my spraying finished up. I've still got some spraying to do, and I've not been able to finish up yet. And that's the biggest problem I'm having. I'll stop at the end of this driveway. They should have told Wes that he wasn't going to be able to film down there where he's at. It is a lot of saddles to ride. Hey, Tom, appreciate you stopping in. I would like to go to large square bales, Brian. I think it would be easier even than round bales because they're continuous, easier to stack, all that kind of stuff. But I got to be able to afford the baler and the tractor first. But Rome wasn't built overnight. I'm happy just to have everything I got and be doing the volume. I'm having to turn land down. We broke 1,000 acres this week in what people are wanting me to cut and bale. And I just don't see how I'm going to do it. But we're going to try. If I can average 100, 150 acres every week, I can do it. But that's well wishing. I'm trying to be like Wes there, one man managing 1,000 things. So 60 plus people to make it work. Wow. I can't imagine. That's what I watch, Farming, Fixing, and Fabricating. That's kind of what got me into liking the live streams when he was chopping silage all summer. But just all those trucks running, the fuel. I don't see how you sell milk for $2 a gallon at the grocery store. almost done putting the tractor back together. That is good, Ted. That is good. That's it, Scott. But my biggest problem with labor is I get these guys trained up to where they're not breaking anything, and then the next thing you know, they're going to another company because they can know that, they just got some experience and they're ready to move on from the farm and do something a little different. But they can go run a piece of heavy equipment or a tractor somewhere, and I can't pay. Yeah, I pay pretty decent money. We pay $10 an hour to our laborers, but it's hard to pay much more than that. I've got some guys that operate equipment, and I pay them a few more dollars an hour. But the margins are so tight on a bale of hay, it's not like you can just pay people the world. If they actually made a $15 an hour minimum wage, I would have to do everything myself, and I probably would quit farming and go to flipping burgers and then just cut a little hay on the side and sell that for cash. Go to flipping burgers at McDonald's for $15 an hour with health insurance. I mean, why the heck not? I ain't got no money, Brian. I just got a lot of bills and payments. But I hope they get me somewhere one day. It's so far everything I've ever done business-wise has paid off. I've been in business for myself now about 13 years. I still got all this stuff. I've had weeks that my hired hands made more than I did, Dave. That's for sure. I wouldn't want that. I looked at like that self-propelled Premier, and I think that's dumb. $14 an hour minimum wage in Ontario. I am on the rent-to-own program, that is for sure. My next big investment that I'm going to spend some money on is more ground. I'd like to own more land than what I do. I own a fair amount of acreage for my age, I feel, and for where I started. Owning 2 farms, but I also would, I'd like to own like 300 acres spread one day around here, which are coming few and far between. So if we break up a little bit, I'm going down the road. We're pulling into the home farm now. Oh my gosh. It's funny, the roads around here are rougher than the damn fields. It's ridiculous. We're going to pull into the home farm and fuel up with some dinner real quick, a little bit of food. And I hadn't ate yet from the day I got off the Tedder tractor, went over to cut that. We'll eat some dinner and then get back out and go cut another 15-acre field. But I'm probably going to go ahead and end the live here, guys, since we're done with that one field. I'm really glad everybody that did came in. And we'll do this again one night real soon. And I want everybody, I'll leave it up for a second so everybody can say their byes to each other and all that good stuff. And like I say, we'll do this again maybe tomorrow or something like that. I'm going to try to, like I say, find some kind of different mount. This worked fine holding the computer here, but I'd really like to be able to turn the camera around back and forth, so I might try something different on that. But remember, if you hadn't, guys, hit that thumbs up on the way out. Help me out a little bit. Help us get some more subscribers. All that good stuff. So everybody have a good night. Thanks for stopping in. And like I say, we'll see y'all later.